It was during a team meeting where, if I'm talking about the same thing you are, when the captains just got up and, well, first the captains talked, the coaches talked about, paying attention to details and getting back to what we do. This was after the Penn State loss. And then we had a team meeting, which was normal routine, and we got up and talked about the things we discussed and getting back on track on our practice habits and our preparation habits. And that was the Northwestern week. And we executed, beat Northwestern, and then got on track again and got another W this week. And we're going to have to continue to do that if we want to do, and if we want to go where we want to go. We'll do that again.
There were so many questions outside this place the last month about plateauing and regressing. How much did you guys think about that? Did you feel like you were on the right track, or did you
questions about what?
About whether you'd plateaued, regressed. Inside the building, did you feel that way, or did you feel like you were on track?
I felt like we were on track. There's just little things that we weren't hitting, missing a shot here and there that could have exploded the offense, or just little things that we weren't hitting, which sometimes you don't hit those things. It's like life, it doesn't always go your way, but how you respond from that and how you get back on your feet and keep pushing, it really tells what kind of team you are and what type of players and coaches and the culture about your team. So I feel like the way we responded after the Penn State loss and the close game against Northwestern and to a big win against Nebraska really tells what kind of team we are and what kind of players and coaches we have. Not the loss. That doesn't describe what kind of team we have. It's the way we responded and the way we came back and got back on our feet and kept swinging.
Hey, Pat, along those same lines, everybody after the game Saturday said that they did not expect that result as far as, how many points you hung on them. Was there anything different during the week last week that would have pointed to that? Did you guys see, was the attitude different? Did anything happen that would have indicated that result?
After the Penn State week, we kind of regrouped and got back on track, so that was different. But from after that, the Northwestern week to this week, we still practiced as hard as we could, and we have that capability to do that. That's what we want to do that every game. We want to score a bunch of points, and everything was just clicking on every cylinder on Saturday night, and we did do that. So.
Hey Pat, after the game, a lot of people were talking about how there was like a point of view or a thought that, or a question, is everybody doing what they can do to the fullest to win a game? And it felt like that was a topic of conversation with the coaching staff, and it seems like a lot of you guys took it to heart. What do you remember about maybe that discussion you might have had with the coaches, and as a leader of this team, do you feel like people really put that into work this week?
Yeah, Coach Meyer was saying, are you doing everything you possibly can to help this team win a game? And he was speaking to the whole team. So I think that could have hit home with a lot of guys, with a lot of young guys that are new to the program and new to facing adversity and just to being a starter or having playing time at Ohio State that are new to that. Are they doing everything they can do to get the result we want, which is what we got on Saturday? And it looks like it did hit home with some guys, and they took that to heart during the week of preparation, and it showed up.
Hearing that after a loss, though, that would be the loss is hard enough, but to hear it from the coach, it's almost an implication that he knows that it's not being done.
Right.
And if you're somebody who isn't doing everything, it'll almost be like nervous. I don't know if it was like that.
Yeah, I'm sure some guys felt that way. Are you giving everything you've got to this program? Because if you're not, why are you here? Why are you at Ohio State? Because we demand excellence here. And if you're not giving everything you've got, then why are you here? So, that hit home to me when I was a freshman, and Coach was giving a similar speech. Are you all in? And yeah, it made me nervous when I was a freshman, because that's a big step. It's like almost like a marriage. Are you giving everything you've got to this program to I mean, I don't know about marriage, but I imagine that's what it's like. You know, are you giving everything you got to this place to make it the best it can be? And you know, I took that step, and I remember thinking about the decision, you know, stepping in and giving my whole life to it, and it was very nerve-wracking, and it's worked out well. So I think that was the challenge he was trying to make again.
So it's fair to say that Ohio State's pursuit of a national championship is like getting married.
I guess. Yeah.
Hey, Pat,
Got
you not too long ago went back to your high school and spoke to the students there, correct?
Yep.
What did you want them to get out of it? How nice of an opportunity was that for you?
Oh, it was a great opportunity. They have a drug-free club there, which is where students, high school students, take a pledge to be drug-free for a year and are subject to random drug tests. And in Pickerington, I know from being out there and having people close to me go through drug issues, that it's a problem out there, and those people out that are running that drug-free club are changing the culture. And there's someone I know, Wayne Campbell, who's in charge of Tyler's Light, which is a nonprofit for drug education and awareness. He's helped running that, and he used to be like my football coach and close family friend, and his son who died, which is the reason why he created Tyler's Light. He was a football player, played at Pickerington, walked on at Akron, and earned a scholarship and was starting, had shoulder surgery, got addicted to the pain pills, ended up overdosing and dying. So he started that nonprofit, and he reached out to me to come and talk to this drug-free club, because my brother went through it. I have my friend Zach Himla at Arizona that recently passed away. He's one of my best friends. I grew up with him. He went through it, so I just went out there and shared my experience and my story and talking to those kids. So it was a great experience, great time, and I always do anything I can to help out Tyler's Light, that organization.
You got a standing ovation, correct?
Yeah, yep. It was fun. It was a good event that needs to take place out in Pickerington, and you know, everywhere it's a problem. It's a real problem.
You were that good of friends
Last
with
question
the player
for
in
Pat.
Arizona?
Yeah, we were really good friends. He grew up in Pickerington, right down the street. His dad got a job. Oh yeah, we were best friends until like 7th, 8th grade. He moved out to Arizona, and we stayed in touch. He was number 65 like I was. He was going to be there, starting center, and he had a problem, and it got the best of him.
Sorry, man. I saw that you had been tweeting a little bit about that earlier in the year when he passed away, and I just thought it was sort of like the respect of a fellow lineman.
No,
You know,
like
but I
his
didn't realize-
family, like they went to the Fiesta Bowl. I gave him tickets. Yeah, we were really good friends.
Have you been carrying him with you a little bit this year?
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And we would always talk, and 'cause we were both gonna be starting center of our team, number 65, and we were just really good friends. And yeah, right when that happened, I was shocked. It was during camp.
You said your brother was going through it. Is he on the other side of that?
Oh yeah, he's doing great now. He's almost 3 years sober. He's got a baby girl. He's got a great job. He's a project manager. He's a firefighter, and he's doing really well. He's my rock. That's my man. I talk to him. I call him on the phone every day. We talk 2 or 3 times a day on the phone. And you know, if there's ever anything I need, something or ups and downs, he calls me. I call him. We've been through it all together. So that's my man.
Was that a run or a fundraiser last summer? I remember going to.
Yeah, Tyler's Light. That was it was a 5K fundraiser, and he does it every year in Pickerington. I think it's in June, or it might be in the spring. I'm not sure. But yeah, he does that every year, and some of the guys, we did an outreach community service, and we took probably 8 or 9 guys, and Jake Butt went back too. He was there because he's from Pickerington, and he knows Wayne, who runs Tyler's Light. So we both went back there and talked and hung out with the kids, and it was a good day. I think it's my 3rd time. First time I went, I ran it. Ran a 5K. That was tough. That was tough. I did it though. But this time we walked there. We had some coaches there too, so it's always a good time going out there.